But yeah, alhamdulillah. So it's been a minute, but we're here with Adam today, inshallah, and we're going to be asking him some questions. The theme of today's podcast is going to be, what was it again?
How we're gonna overcome judgment,
Yeah,
especially with this many cameras. If you guys
yeah.
could see, there's three cameras.
Overcoming judgment in starting a business or, just in life in general. So the ground is Adam. The floor is Adam's. We're gonna let him explain what he does, how old he is, which is very important in this specific situation, and how he plans to grow and expand, inshallah. So
Inshallah. Hey,
Nice to have you, Adam.
nice to be here, wallah. Very
What
nice.
do you
Alhamdulillah.
do? Give us a breakdown. What do
All
you
right, so what do I do? I'm a high school student.
do? Okay,
I'm a high
we'll
school
get
student.
that out of the way.
Right,
What
but-
year are you in?
I'm in year 12.
Year 12.
About to finish, alhamdulillah. But what I do is marketing. Also trying to grow my personal brand.
Yeah.
That's something that I'm really trying to do. And also a da'wah project that you guys probably seen. It's exploring Muslim success. Yeah. So
that's very good.
yeah,
Alhamdulillah.
that's basically what it is, alhamdulillah.
And how long has it been since you've started?
Marketing. I started marketing in year 10.
Yeah. Okay.
I had an agency then.
Yeah.
And then I just got rid of it.
Yeah.
So I started when Iman Ghazi, you guys.
Okay.
So
Right,
he was
okay.
just pushing it, and I'm like, okay, let me just hop on it. And you know how saturated it is. And yeah, that's why I stopped it then. But now I'm trying to like
Grow your personal brand.
grow
a
my
bit
personal
more,
brand. Exactly, yeah.
I think a few things people like realize it's okay. They don't go towards that path is because okay, how are we going to manage it with time? How are we
Yeah,
going to
yeah,
juggle it with
100%.
school? How are we, going to put ourselves out there? So how did you overcome that?
Look,
I guess.
I'll be honest, I was one of them.
Okay.
I was struggling with 7 hours a day at school. Struggling. It was hard. Imagine like from 9 to 5, 9 to 3, sorry. That's basically your day.
Yeah.
So I was struggling with it, trying to, work at night and so on, but it was hard. And that's maybe one of the reasons why I just didn't put enough hours in it.
Okay.
Did you get negative comments from friends or anyone from family or anything like that?
So I'll tell you, I started a grip socks company. Have you guys seen it?
Yeah, the grip socks. I've seen it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
know
started
that
a grip
grip
socks
socks,
company.
but
It was called Rise Athletes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And grip socks. I don't know if you guys.
Yeah,
you know what
I've
grip
seen it.
socks
I've
is?
seen it on
Yeah,
your,
you've seen
yeah,
it.
yeah.
So I started that with a friend, and that was getting like it was. How do I explain this? Like it wasn't bad, but just so many people in the area, especially my age, were looking at it and like they weren't taking me serious.
Okay.
Especially I'm 17.
Yeah.
And alhamdulillah that was doing well and it failed.
Okay.
Alhamdulillah it failed.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even gonna. Yeah. And yeah.
Okay.
And then you transition to this. Okay. How was it? I think a lot of people starting off, it's the first thing is like, okay, how am I going to record myself? It's awkward, especially you have a camera
Yeah.
on your face and you're trying to record yourself and then you watch it and you're like,
Yeah. How do I look? How do I
stuffed
sound?
up
How are other
maybe.
people gonna,
I didn't really look. I back then, I knew I wasn't that attractive, whatever. All right. So I got that out of the way. I knew, like, why are you laughing,
We've
mate?
got a commentator in the background, a spectator who is also very, shy to be on camera. That's why he's not here with us today.
All right. Yeah.
But going back,
So I don't really care about the way I look. I don't care. I genuinely don't care. So putting myself on the camera, it's just a matter of people looking at me and people just, running a mic, whatever. But other than that, I don't really care whatsoever. Like, I don't care about, like, people looking at me. I don't really care.
would
at all.
you have anything to say to people that do care?
Like, people that do care, but get over yourself.
Fair enough.
I'll be honest, like, a lot of people, I'm not gonna, like, I know people in that case and they don't want to put themselves on camera, but no one cares. All right, no one cares.
I think it's that analogy of like when you go out and you try to do something and you think everyone is looking at you.
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
for example,
exactly.
you have a bad haircut or one side of your beard is higher than the other and you think you notice it, but you think everyone else is noticing it.
Yeah.
But in reality,
People don't
people
notice
are so
that
consumed
they're.
in their own life that they don't have time to think about other people.
And if someone does, they're very negative minded. If
Yeah.
someone does pull you up about your appearance or anything like that,
Insecurities.
It's they're reflecting their own insecurities onto other people. That's what it is. So don't be afraid to put yourself out there. And because we live in a world with media, social media, it's very, very important. And if we know how to use it to our benefit, especially as you have, and as a lot of other big brands have, it's very, very good for you. It creates a lot of benefit.
All right. But I think as we grow and we mature, like, you start to realize that you don't really care anymore and you just put yourself out there.
I think the regret piles up as well. People see others and then they
Yeah,
get
yeah,
jealous.
yeah.
They see others
100%.
doing well and they're like, okay, this guy's gaining a bit of traction. Why couldn't I do it? And then that's when people start putting each other down. You're seeing people's comments and stuff. People,
I'm in
should
school.
talk. Yeah.
I'm in school, and that's how it is. Every time, like I post day in the life on TikTok.
Yeah.
And imagine I think 20 people a day at school. Hey, day in the life. Hey, Alfredo. This like it was annoying. Like it's annoying.
And
But
look, most people that they don't do it for encouragement. It's the subtle hint of, haha,
yeah,
What are you doing? Like,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
who does he think he is?
bro, there was someone at school in the classroom. I think like I don't know what was wrong with him. Inshallah, he failed. I report your videos.
Is he still in your school?
Yeah, like I don't. You know me. I laugh at that. I'm like, why? Like, what's the point? But I don't.
People are afraid of their own, like they're afraid of failure. And again, it goes back to their own insecurities. If they're insecure about something, they will reflect it on people who are actually trying to do something good for themselves, which is what this world has become. You will see people in your classrooms, instead of actually encouraging you to do something, they'll be putting you down.
yeah.
And they won't be putting you down at face value. It'll be hints.
No, I want to make a point. Look, the only reason I say this, it's very, very common in Australia. It's only common in Australia. You go to anywhere else in the world,
Yeah.
people are glad. I follow like people gladly put their lives online. People post whatever they feel like posting because it's only a culture in Australia. People put each other down.
Yeah, no one wants the
People
better.
to,
Yeah, no one wants
be-
people to succeed.
It's just tall poppy syndrome. That's all
Yeah.
it is. As soon as they find out someone's doing something else that's weird, it's not a trade or something, they
And
just hate on them.
It's,
Like,
hate
it's a
on-
very, very big.
very
Look,
big.
Yeah.
people don't realize I follow a lot of people. Like even when I travel, I meet people and
Yeah,
I follow
yeah.
them, and they're very authentic. Instagram, online,
Yeah.
just whatever they feel like posting, they will post.
yeah,
Uncensored, and we worry about what we post.
Yeah.
We need to watch something a million times. We need to edit it out. My face doesn't look nice in this, or I've
Yeah.
got a pimple here. We, instead of it being as authentic as possible, which is what it was meant to be. The first photo on Instagram that was put was what? A photo of a dog.
Yeah.
It was
yeah,
a photo of a dog, and that is the most authentic photo you could get. It was just a photo of a dog, and it was posted. Nowadays, we worry about I'm gonna give this an example. Oh, does my dog look nice? What is he wearing?
yeah.
A lot. It matters.
Angles, clothes. Does
Yeah,
my
yeah,
body
yeah,
look a
everything,
bit too
everything.
much?
Not
or-
just my point wasn't to just target it to like dogs. It's in general. Oh, the hoodie am I wearing? Oh, does it look nice? Or it's not. Is it wrinkled? We're over fixated on all of this, and it puts us down. It creates that negative mindset around everything. And if you want to succeed, you need to overcome that.
Yeah.
You need to get out of that little box. People don't.
Yeah, because most of the time when we even watch these, let's say YouTubers, I've never ever like seen, oh, this guy's not good looking.
Yeah.
I'm just there
Yeah.
because it's entertaining,
Yeah.
and I think that's one of the most important things.
Like editing is okay. Like depending on what you're editing,
Yeah, yeah,
as
100%.
adding special effects, suspense, whatever it may be. Worrying self-consciously about how you look, I don't think
Look,
that's
it's about looks, but then there's also another thing about how you sound.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
Okay.
guess-
Yeah, I agree. I
Hearing
agree.
yourself sound on camera is a lot different to hearing yourself obviously speak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another big hurdle people need to
Yeah.
get over.
Oh, I don't sound good. Oh, why does my voice sound like that? Like, that's stupid.
I think no one really pays attention that deep into
No,
it.
no, but some of the people, like for example, people in the area, and they have that little accent like in it.
From the area, guys.
I listen, all right. You guys want to get an apology video out? Fair enough. But yeah, that I'll be honest, that annoys me. We have to get rid of it.
No, Bill's an amazing guy.
Yeah, he was in prison.
Actually, let's talk about that.
Yeah,
Let's talk about
Billy.
the way he is. Yeah. In itself, that's a marketing tactic.
yeah,
He's used the way he is naturally, and
Let's keep on.
he's used the way he is naturally to promote his business. The demeanor he has, the way he acts, his characteristics, his body movements. He's used all of that to his advantage, and he's pumped out his social media. And look how good it is.
You know why that works well? Is because he's authentic.
Authentic.
Yes,
It's his
That's why.
authentic
Yes,
self.
it's not a fake self that you're trying to. Hey guys, No.
It's not a persona he's put on. It's just how he
exactly how he is, and that's how he's portrayed it, and it's very, very, very commendable because people don't want to do that. They're afraid of the response that they're going to get from other people. The more authentic you can be online, that's what people fall in love with. That's what people resonate to the most, as opposed to you being.
perfect
Yeah.
out there. They want to see people. Look,
They want to see perfection. They want to see people that are like them because they
guys-
relate to you more.
Do you guys believe that like he's liked? Not liked, as in what? Like
No,
people
man,
actually watch him because
no,
It doesn't
who
matter.
cares
No,
if
no,
he's
no, no,
liked or
no.
not?
Obviously, no, no. As in, like do you believe that people watch him because it's entertaining, or is it because like they find him as a joke?
No, it's
know?
entertaining. People like that stuff.
Okay.
People can relate to it. Most people, okay. Anyone
'Cause
that's from the
you've seen his comments.
yeah, anyone that's from the area can relate to
Yeah,
it.
it's
Why?
true.
Because
Yeah.
they're from the area. They know people that speak like that, people
Yeah.
that dress like that, people who act like that. You
And
know?
again, no hate.
Yeah, obviously,
Please.
100%.
We
Please,
don't
Billy.
have to issue
no,
an
no,
apology
no,
video.
it's
Bilal,
not-
I don't want to put an
We don't
apology
want
video.
an apology video.
No, but it's not a positive. I actually commend
Yeah,
it.
100%, yeah.
It's not. We're not shit
Yeah.
talking. It's obviously.
And I don't
something
think he also cares about his comments or anything, or the
course
way
he
he
doesn't.
acts. He does not
Look,
care.
if he did care, or if anyone cared, they
He would have
wouldn't-
switched it up.
Yeah,
100%.
the hate is there no matter what. No matter what you do, there will always be some hater. Like the TikTok videos,
Yeah.
there will always be one
There'll
that
be a hater,
like,
yeah.
shut up,
Yeah.
lady. You remember that?
Yeah,
guy?
yeah. Someone was like, we posted a video on our Burgerville account.
Cheeseburger one?
Yeah, yeah.
No, not even that. It was one of the videos was, oh, I charged $10
Yeah, yeah.
for small chips, and I got into my Merc after, and it was meant to be a joke.
skit.
It was a skit.
Yeah.
Some people understood it. Some people were like, boycott this guy.
Boy,
Like
that's crazy.
It went to an extent. Like, alhamdulillah, like my best friend, he's Palestinian. I have support. Like, I'm not justifying it, but what I'm saying is that the negative aspect is crazy.
It's always there.
It's always there. No matter what you do, no matter what, people will always hate because that's how they are.
Yeah.
We've been brought up in this world to hate, not to love, to hate, and that it's especially very common in our area, especially very common in Western Sydney.
No, it's this. Yeah, Australia in general is like this.
But you would never see someone who's doing better than you hate on you. They're always
No,
encouraging. They're
definitely
so
not.
encouraging.
Definitely not.
I was I don't know if you guys seen on my TikTok. I was taking photography for a owner of a Corvette. Have you seen it? The
Yeah,
big
yeah,
Corvette?
yeah. I saw it.
You know
Yeah,
the
yeah,
way.
it
Let me
was-
tell you how I even like met up with this guy. So I live in an apartment, and where our basement is, he was just there with two Corvettes, two blue of them, two owners, right? And then my brother-in-law calls me. He's like, "Hey, they're downstairs. Talk to them. Do whatever." I'm in my pajamas. I am not bothered. I don't want to go. And I'm like, "Nah, this is such a good opportunity." I go down. I'm wearing my pajamas. I give him my business cards. I'm like, "Yeah, I would love to take some photos of your cars, whatever." And then we met up the next week, and the amount of knowledge that I gained from these people, I was talking to him for 2 hours. I was talking to him about tax. Why am I talking to him about tax? I don't know, but I know so much, and it's just about putting
You're
yourself out
right.
there.
You're
man.
right. That point is very valid because no one that is doing better.
Yeah,
than
yeah,
you
and they
will
were
hate
so
on you.
nice.
But-
They were so nice to me.
And I feel like because you're young, because I'm young, because we are young, people that are older than us, people have got that knowledge, they encourage us more
100%.
because they probably see a younger version of themselves
Yeah,
than
yeah.
us. They want to push us to do better. And that's the biggest, the biggest thing you can get out of these people that are, they're humble.
Yeah, yeah.
They're willing to give some time and effort into, guiding you and, whatever it may be. And as much as some people are like that, there's the other flip side of the coin. There are some people that are rich that do have that money and that they do have the time, but they're not like that. They're arrogant.
Yeah.
They will be up themselves. Oh, I'm self-made, I'm this, I'm that.
But that's just how, even in Islam, it says, if Bani Adam wants one mountain of gold, he wants a second.
No, he wants second.
That's
Yeah,
just-
it's called
how
the
we are.
fitrah.
Of humans,
Of
we're
humans.
greedy.
We're very greedy.
Yeah.
We want one thing, then we want the second thing, then we want the third thing, then we want the fourth thing. It's the hadith of Rasulullah as well, where the last person that was to enter Jannah, what does he ask Allah? He asked Allah, I just want that tree.
Yeah.
That one tree.
SubhanAllah,
That one tree.
This talk, I listened to it
Yeah,
last
he's like,
week.
Allah
Yeah.
subhanahu wa ta'ala, I just want that tree, please. If you give me that one tree, after he's been resurrected, he's going to Jannah. It's confirmed for him.
Yeah.
He's like, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, just give me that tree. He goes to that tree, and then he sees a garden. It's like, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, please, just give me that garden. I won't ask for more. Like, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives it to him. Then at that garden, he sees something even bigger. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, please give that to me. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala again asks him, it's like, you told me 2-3 times before that you don't want anything, but now you're asking me for this. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives it to him. And then that guy, that person, he asks more from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He hears the excitement of Jannah coming. So he asks Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give him just let him enter Jannah. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does, and he gives him 10 times what this world is. And if we resonate that into worldly life, we can see that if we're committed to do something, if we actually put in the effort, if we strive to do something, no matter what we want, we can call these goals. We will achieve that one goal after each other. You will achieve a small goal. You wanted to, become a millionaire. You do that. Done. Now you wanted to meet high net worth people. You've done that. These are small goals that you can achieve, and the only way you achieve that is if you be dedicated, if you be committed, and if you actually strive and push yourself.
You took that story into a positive
Yeah,
outlook,
it
which
is
is
very because that's what it is. That as much as we are greedy, we can use that greediness to our benefits.
100%.
That's a very good point. If you look at it that way, yeah. That's good. Taking things into positive light instead of
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, because we
Negative.
take a lot of things negatively.
100%.
We never assume the best, and we don't give anyone the benefit of the doubt. But unfortunately, that's how the world is, and there is little you can do to change it. The only thing you can do is from a personal perspective, as opposed to a larger community perspective. But
I think that's another thing. If people see one person doing well, there are a few handful that take inspiration from that.
Oh,
They get
yeah,
motivated from
that's
that.
me.
You
I'm
know?
just looking
not
for just,
even not even younger people, older.
Yeah.
Like older people would take inspiration. We went to a leadership retreat, just a few days, like
please,
the
next
last
time
couple of
invite me,
days.
please. I'm begging you. I want to
We
go.
went to this leadership retreat, and I was one of the youngest volunteers over there, and I had older people that were 28, 29 taking inspiration from me. And that made me feel like over the moon. Like, it was amazing. It was amazing to have that feeling that, look, there's 29, 20, 30-year-old people that are taking inspiration from a 19-year-old. Like, it's nice to see that these older people won't criticize you, they won't judge you, they won't, they won't put you down, they won't think negatively, they'll put you up, they'll bring you up.
And they don't judge you for being
They
young.
won't, they won't, they'll
They
absolutely
actually
not.
commend
They'll
that.
commend you for being young and doing that because they wish they could have done that at that age.
You just need to surround yourself with good people, man. Like, it's so
And
important.
that's the judgment part. I think we should come back to is that there will always be the majority.
Always be.
That all people that vocalize. Look, there's three types of people. There's people that hate. There's people that don't say anything. They just watch, and there's people that commend. The majority don't say anything. There's a handful that commend, and the majority of people that do say something are the haters. And once that little amount of people that do commend you, I think we should take that on board and see that as a motivator for yourself. That if you've inspired 2 people, 3 people to start their own thing or to put themselves out there, and that goes well for them, you've made the difference in 3 people's lives rather than the 100 haters that are sitting there. They will always hate. They will always hate themselves. They're not going anywhere. So that shouldn't be affecting you. That shouldn't be your motivator, your drive.
Yeah.
I think as soon as someone commends you, take that on board and thank them.
Yeah.
And don't let it. Another thing, don't let it get to your head.
Yeah, don't let it get to
think like, oh,
we let it impact us too much. We think that we've got in a day. How many seconds do we have? Let me just do some math. I want to make a point.
All right, 60 seconds.
We've got 60 minutes in a day, or in an hour. That's what we've got. 24 hours
times
60.
60, which is minutes times 60 again.
We've got 43,000 seconds in a day. Okay, if 10 seconds of that day someone has said something negative to you, why are you letting that 10 seconds affect the rest of the day? And that's what people do. They'll carry it on and on and on because of something that someone said. Realistically, you've got $100,000. Yeah. If $10 went missing, would you care? You'd be like, oh, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Just heck.
Hey, it is what it is. If we apply that same principle to our life and to the interactions we have with people, heck, what can you do? People are going to be like that. And there is nothing you can do to change them. What you do is to change the way you take that. You take it for the better. Someone's hating on me, it means I'm doing well. Someone's hating on me, it means, I'm succeeding and they don't like it. Think of it positively as opposed to thinking of it negatively. The mindset you have surrounding a situation is very important. And we don't realize that. We don't realize how important it is to be in a stable, in a clear mindset as opposed to always thinking negative. But yeah, very important.
No, I think giving back good as well. I think the more you receive hate, just give good out.
Yeah.
And
it pisses people off.
Yeah.
It does. It's like
why are you being we're all hating on you? Why are you so happy?
If someone comes to your face and says, "Oh, bro, what are you wearing? What are you wearing?" Thank you.
That actually they become baffled. They're like, what's happening? Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if you're confident in yourself to be, for example, wearing what you're wearing, having your hair how you have your hair, if you walked out from your house that day saying, "Okay, I look fine," no one can take that away from you. If you let someone else take that away from you, then what are you?
Yeah. Such a interesting topic, man.
We've become very sensitive as well.
Yes, very sensitive.
And I think the more you give out good, the more you receive it. Today, funny thing, subhanAllah, today I went to the gym and then afterwards I went to get a coffee. It was in Kellyville XS. I was just sitting down.
Did they have unbearable texture?
No, it was crap aside. But, the point was
a wild berry on top.
the point was, I was sitting down. I saw this girl. She had nice blonde hair, so I went to her. I'm like, hey, so disturb you. You've got nice hair. And she's like, oh, thank you. And then I said, oh, have a good day. That's it.
That's it.
And then I went back. I was walking to my car, and these two, I think there was two guys and one girl, and they were school kids, and they were going and walking towards it. Guy stopped me. He's like, bro, I really like your fit. I was like, oh, thanks, man. And then I
That's
walked in,
crazy.
yeah.
It's crazy.
That's
And
crazy.
literally 10 seconds ago, I gave a compliment to someone. I'm not expecting I do that. I try, anytime I'm out, I try going up to someone and be like, oh, it gives you a big boost. You feel happy about yourself. And I do that. And a lot of times I've received it back. You know, the same day, same moment, you get it back.
Yeah.
I think the point is give out good, like, whatever you give out, you get back in return.
And if you look at that from like that's more so of a worldly perspective. If you look at it from a Dane's perspective as well, it's the same thing. You give $1, you get 10 back. You give one smile to someone, you get 10 smiles back. And that it's a very important fundamental to have in yourself is to understand that the more good you give out into the world, the more good will befall you, which is very, very important.
And it all links back to the judgment thing. If you can't, if you don't have the balls or don't have the guts to do something, and you're putting someone else down for it, you're never gonna succeed.
You're never gonna succeed. That's the people that don't succeed. Yeah.
You know, they'll always be in that miserable mindset.
But it's all right. They can be my employees. Like,
No, it'll always be.
I like that mindset. See, that's a positive way to think of it.
yeah, 100%.
Look,
I said 100%. I think like maybe 20 times.
what do you going back to you and your personal story and whatnot? What are your plans after high school?
My plans
so
after
obviously,
high school,
you're doing a ATAR this year. Are you feeling confident? That answers that. But what do you want to do?
Okay, so I have two things that I want to do. I think I'll talk to you about this. It's either, so for a full-time job, because it's so important to have an income coming in weekly, it's either I go into sales, straight into sales, because I love talking, I'm good at it, whatever. Sales, or it's either marketing. Find a market, because I want to learn.
Yeah, we're
right? I'm not ready, I'm not ready to just start a company by myself. I need knowledge.
Yeah. I think I want to stop you there.
Yeah.
But I think that's one way to look at it. You're right that you need a stable income. You need some sort of skills, or you want to learn. But there's two ways to go about that. You can either do what you're trying to do, join a company, or get a job. But I think that will only make a difference if you need that income to survive. If you're living with your parents, if you don't really need that, I think the best way to go about it
go
is
for it.
You know what's crazy?
Go for it and
crazy?
you lose.
You know what's crazy? He said the exact same thing last week. Literally what you're saying, he said the same thing to me. He said to me, don't worry about a full-time job, just do what you're doing. Your personal brand, just grow that. It's actually crazy.
Because it's the correct
true.
advice to give someone. Why would I give?
If for example, if you were living by yourself, or you're living away from home, and you need an income, then no one will tell you don't get a job. You need that job to support yourself, so you can have that.
And I said the exact same thing to him. I'm like, look, you're living with your parents. What expense do you have? What, 150, 200 bucks a week?
100%.
Take advantage of that. I think most people don't have, a lot of people in Australia especially don't have the opportunity. They move out, they have bills to pay, they have rent. That's another reason people can't start things for themselves. There is a lot of pressure on them to actually earn. They need money, $700-800 a week. They have to pay rent, they have to pay for groceries. Even if they're living with someone, they don't have the time, or they don't have the resources and funds to actually go out and pursue something for yourself. For example, a lot of people that they live at home. You have that time, you have that extra money. And what's better learning, look, I'll say something. There's nothing more beneficial or knowledgeable than starting things for yourself
and learning from the mistakes that you make.
Because you will be doing everything yourself. When you start a marketing company, for example, you'll be doing the nitty-gritty, you'll be doing the taxes, you'll be doing the customer.
Everything.
Whereas if you join the marketing company, all the leads will come to you. You just have to do the marketing for them. You just have to post online for them. Everything is written for you. Whereas if you go out for yourself, you have to find the leads. You have to make a system. You have to make a program or a schedule for yourself on how you're going to structure things. Whereas if you work for someone, that's given to you. You're young, 17, 18, bro. Even if it takes you 2-3 years to learn that, by the time you're 21,
100%.
you know.
You're right.
The biggest benefit, they'll give you confidence.
The confidence is the main part.
And confidence and communication, especially, it's something that's very, very important in the day and age that we live in. Because a lot of people, they don't know how to express themselves, they don't know how to communicate to others. And when they lack in that, the idea or the point that they're trying to get across to someone else, it will be wrong. And that's why if you have the skill of that communication, if you have the confidence skill, it will allow you to go places. It will allow you to talk to people that know much more.
Yeah.
Which is very, 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 very beneficial.
Now, resonating back to what you said about just starting something for yourself, and like you actually learn a lot. Same thing when I started the grip socks. Look, I failed, all right? I failed, but you learn
a lot from it.
The amount of knowledge I know how to, bro. I create like Shopify websites,
Yeah.
and that's one of my services for the marketing agency.
Yeah.
And I didn't learn it off someone else.
You
or
learned it yourself.
I learned it myself on YouTube for hours and
Yeah.
hours, and just you're right. You're like, it's a very good point.
It's the failure. Literally, this is the thing.
Fear
I
of
was,
failure.
Yeah, talking about. I think a lot of parents, especially, like I'll give my own example, like photography, for example.
Yeah.
I just picked up on camera and started shooting. I do it for fun. I still do it for fun, but most people approach it like, okay, go work with someone or do a course. But the best course you can do is buy a $500 camera and just start shooting. Start learning. Okay, if that's what I do. Most people do this. If you come across a problem, Google, Facebook, YouTube.
We live in a world where the internet is our greatest enemy and our best friend.
Yeah.
It's so easy. You go through my history, you'll find stuff. Okay, what does this word mean? Or how does this work? Understanding that you have these resources available to you to understand anything. You don't know how to update a software on your iPhone, search it up. You don't know how to, fix the aperture on your camera, search it up. You don't know what this phrase and a word means, search it up.
How to change your filter on your fridge runs out.
Everything. Everything.
Did something like that happen to you?
No, it still happens.
It's happening.
Because that's so specific.
No, because I just remember the filters. We have to change it on the thing.
Yeah.
We know how to do it, but he hasn't ordered the filter.
Okay, that was so specific. It both said filter.
The water filter on the fridge, yeah.
And let me see if I've actually searched anything up recently.
I searched
Bro,
up.
even my history, the most random thing. It'll
Bro,
be
I
things
searched
that,
up how to find the undo button on a MacBook.
Yeah,
Man,
bro,
you
it's,
I didn't know that.
look, right now, look, what we were searching because I couldn't do it. How to change the Osmos Pocket 3 joystick to move gimbal.
Yeah,
it's a basic thing,
free
you
knowledge.
know?
It's free knowledge.
It is. It really is. And like people don't take advantage of the resources and the.
People are so just
what
like
the-
I don't
We
explain
take
it.
everything.
Look, I didn't know. It's a coffee thing. I searched that this morning because a lot of places you have to call it espresso, double espresso, long black, short black.
Bro,
In the
didn't-
afternoon, I searched up short black coffee because, and I worked at Starbucks for 7 months.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know what coffee. and
Wait.
stuff is.
Oh, when did you work?
Before.
Look,
You're good. Don't worry.
Pre-October.
Subhanallah, you know what happened? I quit on the 26th of September to go overseas. And the thing happened 6th October. And I didn't even, obviously, I don't know what's going to happen next week. SubhanAllah, I just quit.
Yeah.
I left. I didn't even leave. I was on a flight on Monday. I caught the flight. Before, I think 2 hours, I was waiting in the boarding area. I messaged my boss, I'm not coming.
That's great. Speaking about traveling,
That's not a good thing to do, guys. But just
That's not a good thing to do.
it's very it creates pressure on that business. Obviously, it's a multi-billion-dollar business. They don't care. It doesn't really matter to them.
how is it like you from your perspective if someone just magically
For
just
me,
quits?
because I am more of a small business owner,
Yeah, exactly.
it becomes an issue.
Yeah.
It's a very thing. These big businesses, they have money to spend.
Of course.
They can call someone in for overtime. They can organize someone. They've got many branches. Me as a small business owner, if someone was to do that to me, it'd create a lot of stress for me. Couple of reasons why. First of all, because I've got a smaller team, I won't necessarily have someone available for that shift. Second of all, if I'm not in the area, if I'm not there, I can't go there and work myself. I can't. I'd have to either close early, take less orders, whatever it may be. It creates more of a pressure for me as opposed to a bigger business. But again, that's a
I
completely
think we'll definitely have
a conversation about
conversation about how staff affects the business.
But what I was wanting to say before is we take things for granted. Very, very important to realize that the amount of blessings that we're given.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ, like, which of your Lord's blessings will you deny? The favors that you've been granted, you will deny. Like, I want everyone to do this. Get a piece of paper, write down what blessings you have. You will fill up every single paper on this earth, and there will still be more. Write down the things that you don't have. There'll be one paper, half a paper, couple words. Eyes, ears,
That is so
Not
true.
even that. No, look. I think the other day, who was I speaking to? I was speaking to Ahmed when we went there. He's like to me. He's like, look, I want you to, before you sleep today, he said, think about all the blessings you have, and whatever you don't think of, you won't write down. The next morning you won't have it. It would be gone. And you're baffled. You're like, okay,
yeah,
I
because
can't complain.
what we've got more on a lower level. We've got eyes, we've got hearing, we've got taste, touch, the feelings, emotions. On a higher level, look how blessed we are. We live in Australia.
Yeah.
We live in one of the world's most developed countries.
most sought after
More
countries.
sought after. Everyone wants to come here
come
because
here.
it's a dream. It's easy. It's
A lot of
a
opportunity.
lot of opportunities, and we take that for granted. We don't know how to use that to our abilities, which is very, very problematic, especially because the youth of our generation don't know how to don't know.
Yeah.
It's difficult. It's tough to see. It's
Again,
tough to
let's-
see people my age.
Yeah, I think the point of this will make this point. The point of this podcast, what it's like,
Yeah.
what you're trying to do is to target the people like us,
Yes.
our age. See if one person can do it. If there's a few people around you, if there's 5, 10 people, and no one here is gatekeeping. For example, no one's gonna. If you come approach any of these people, no one's gonna say no. We're not gonna tell you how to do this, or no, we're hiding this from you.
Because that's as we were talking about before, just to relate it to that, is the more you give, the more you'll get. If I have knowledge about something, if I have an understanding about something, I'm not going to gatekeep it. And same goes for Adam. We live in a world where when we were growing up, or like when we were younger, when I first started, we didn't have the knowledge available. We didn't have someone to look up to. We didn't have a mentor to look up to. But now we do. There's people out there that are genuinely willing to take time out of their very important day and give it to you. Now, there was a very, very nice thing that I learned on the camp was that your time is like sadaqah. When you give money to someone, I love that. When you give money to someone, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala gives you more. When you give time to someone, you'll get more time. You'll get barakah in your time. You'll feel like your time has been extended. And for the first time today, I realized I got so much stuff done. We went 3, 4 different places. I had to get this done, I had to get that done, I had to pick this up, I had to get that done. And I finished all of it while making it back on time. Because I genuinely, when we messaged you 6:30, I genuinely didn't think we would be back here.
Not even that. It's today. I thought the same thing today. But even on the camp, we got there. I think the first day we set up everything because it was on there. The second day, so we started on the Friday. The Friday felt like there was 20 days in one day. That's how we
Felt so long.
Yeah. And we weren't doing anything.
We weren't doing
there
anything. We were
giving
just
our time,
we'd give it like
we were
that's all it was.
volunteering, helping out.
We're helping people, set up, taking whatever it was. It felt long. It felt, every minute you could feel it.
Yeah.
And that's what the purpose is. We don't want to feel like, the days are just dragging on, or today's, it's July,
school.
tomorrow is going to be October.
Tomorrow's school.
Tomorrow's school.
Tomorrow's school.
Guys, I've been invited for a podcast. My house is 50 minutes away from his, and he's got school tomorrow.
And petrol's not cheap, all right? Petrol's not cheap.
We're reimbursing for the petrol. It's okay.
Look, I wanted to go back, like what you were
Just send me
saying.
a receipt. I'll reimburse it.
Little invoice.
Send an invoice,
I
yeah.
wanted to go back, how you were talking about how Allah blesses you with a specific thing about you. So there's so many people that, wallah, they're blessed with whatever it may be. Let's say you're blessed with playing football, for example. So many people, because of the people around them, they'll just quit. They'll just quit. And bro, it's so important. Like, I'm speaking to everyone here. Like, if you're good at talking, go pick up a camera. Go into sales. Like, it's so important, man.
SubhanAllah, there's another thing Ahmed said. There's a very, very, very knowledgeable man. For those of you that don't know, he has a podcast called The Safi Bros. You should definitely go watch it. But there was another thing he said. He said, if you pick out 10 people, no one of that 10 people will have the same great skill.
Yeah, 100%.
Out of 10 people, someone might be very, very good at talking. Someone might be very, very good at cooking. Someone might be very, very good at athleticism. No one person will have the same skill set.
Yeah, wallah.
And if you use that skill set to your ability, if you use that skill set that you've been blessed with, if you use it in a way that's befitting to the ummah, that's befitting to the people around you, you'll go places. And it's not like it's something you're bad at, it's your strength. And we should use those strengths to the best of our abilities.
And also,
I think
yeah.
another reason, sorry to cut you off, but I know people don't realize that is firstly they can't find their strength. That's a whole process on its own. Finding what
Some
you're
of the
good at.
strengths are there. Like a lot of the times, like for example, you like taking videos.
Yeah.
That you enjoy it, right? You do it for free. You do it for free. That could be your career, whatever it may be. Yeah.
And that's why do what you love.
Yeah.
Do what you love.
Everyone says the opposite.
No,
Everyone
do what
says,
you love, love what you do.
Yeah.
do what you love.
Do what you love what you do.
Yeah.
Like that.
And
Because
it won't feel like a career.
there's
Yeah,
another-
exactly, yeah.
Yeah. There's another topic I want to talk about. I want to talk about purpose.
Purpose.
But I think we'll leave it for another day.
Yeah, that's deep. I think we
but-
should wrap it up. I think
Yeah,
that's
Wrap it
about-
up.
Do you want to continue talking?
I don't
Do you
mind.
want to do the one that you wanted to do
We can
with
do
just me?
another episode.
Do you want to?
We can do your one.
Oh, do you want to do my one?
We can do your one.
All right.
He wanted to do one with me.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
but-
Yeah.
Okay, we'll wrap this up. So what
Alright.
did you say?
Yeah, I'll wrap this up. I think this is a good chat.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you for coming in. I think it will
100%.
just summarize what we talked
Yeah.
about.
So I feel like the most important thing we have is our strengths and those around us. And if we use those strengths, we're able to overcome everything. And that includes judgment. That includes the fear of, oh, what is he going to say about me? What is she going to say about me? That the biggest tool we have is that strength, and we should use it to the best of our abilities. Like, anything?
Stop being scared about what people have to say and just do whatever you want to do.
You regret it. Look, honestly,
100%
there's a
you'll
lot of
regret it.
things I wish I started a lot younger, and now I sit back and look like, bro, if I did continue this,
everyone's like
you
that.
regret it.
But yeah, just
And
especially at a young age, man, just stop wasting your time.
Yeah.
Just stop
Follow your
wasting your
heart.
time, man. Stop wasting your
Follow
time.
follow your dreams, yeah.
That's it.
Nice.
Uh,
Thanks guys for
thank you.
watching. I think this will be up we'll put it up on Facebook,
Facebook.
TikTok,
and
Instagram, and
yeah.
whatnot. And we're going to try to be more consistent. I know I haven't been, mainly my fault.
Now we'll try doing one every week.
Yeah,
Hopefully one
and
every
we'll
week.
cut it up and we'll spread it out throughout the week. But yeah, inshallah. Thank you guys.
Thank you very much, guys.